Hi, I'm Sarah Lacey here with TechCrunch TV, and I'm here with our most recent Disrupt Cup winners, Jessica and Sam from Getaround. How are you guys?
Doing great.
How has everything gone since New York?
Busy is an understatement.
Yeah.
A little bit intense.
About 10 things flew to your mind as soon as I asked that question.
Yeah. But intense in a good way.
Where's the cup now? I mean, you're in your final month with the cup because it's going to be passed on in San Francisco next month.
We actually melted it down and we used it to fund the
hope
company.
I think it's made of tin. I don't think that would have
No.
Well, we shopped it as silver. It says $9.25 on the bottom.
Silver and gold are trading at quite high prices right now. That we may need an insurance policy. No, what have you really done with it? Is it sitting in a corner somewhere, or has it have a place of prominence?
Well, no,
It's on my desk.
Oh, nice! You got it.
It's got a football in it. And we're working on some things to do with it actually this week, so it'll be
Getting
Are you
around.
going to miss it when it's gone?
Yeah.
Well, our period with it was way too short compared to previous winners because it's only 2 months, basically.
Funny you should say that because it just got shorter for whoever wins in San Francisco because Beijing is the next month.
But at least I'll be put on notice. You have 3 weeks. Go. Love it as much as you can.
So they have to get the cup, start their video, and then present their video basically right away.
Well, I think that we're gonna work in some sort of delay. Perhaps whoever wins China might have to be patient for a month or so. Give the San Francisco. We're trying to figure out the logistics, but the cup is going to China, which is why I asked you guys to come in here. We're doing our first international conference. We're doing it in China. We're super excited about it. We've gotten a lot of questions from entrepreneurs on the ground in China who read TechCrunch, love TechCrunch, know TechCrunch, but they feel like, I don't know if my company's right for the battlefield. Are we far enough along? Are we not? What should we do? So I thought it would be good to ask someone who's been through it what your advice would be if someone's sort of, going through that. Should they just submit? If so, what should they expect?
Yeah, I would say, there's you don't lose anything by submitting. One of the great things about TechCrunch Disrupt is it's free. And so, I think there's no harm in submitting. And, the other advice would be if you do submit to follow up so that, you can make sure people receive your application because that never happened to us at all. And
we didn't receive your application?
Actually, you received 3 applications, 2 blank and 1 actually completed.
So you don't even have to be good at filling out the application. You can still win. I think that's what I'm taking from this.
You have to follow, make sure they read the non-blank one. But I think it's great. And then, I actually think it'll be really good because, I'd be eager just to see what's going on in China. There's not a lot of coverage of startups in China, at least, so TechCrunch could act like a real sort of go-between. And so I think it would be really, really interesting.
What would be your advice? What do you think entrepreneurs should expect?
Well, I think definitely any entrepreneur in China with a startup idea should be applying, whether it's freshly baked or pretty far along. Definitely apply because it's a massive opportunity for international exposure, building relationships with other entrepreneurs. I think Disrupt is the best international venue for launching any company if you're looking to get it in front of a broad variety of people. And I think, to Sam's point, just even getting people over here to know about what's going on in China, potential partnerships. But whatever, if you do get in, just be ready for a really intense experience. Practice, and just check everything. Just bring a lot of energy to the whole event. And
am I allowed
network.
to swear on TechCrunch TV?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So be prepared for a 2-week mindfuck. I don't know how you translate that into Chinese.
We'll see how they translate that. So, but what do you mean for that? Because I think people think, oh, well, this is just a demo. I'm going on stage. I'm demoing something. TechCrunch is going to cover it. People will see it. Why is it different than that?
Well, yeah, it's sort of hard to explain unless you've been through it, that's for sure. But, although you're only on there for 5 or 6 minutes, it's 5 or 6 minutes, and each minute probably takes a day or more of just rehearsal to get right. And that's the rehearsal phase, but then you got to do the whole, what are you actually going to present? How are you going to present it? Get the whole demo together. In typical TechCrunch fashion, you usually find out you're in 2 days before the conference or something.
Yeah,
so
we're bad about that.
So you have this really compressed window to go from start to finish and really polish something for world stage. And so, in our case, it's you just assume you're not going to sleep for 2 weeks. You're going to get just a few hours of sleep. And
you guys also brought a car into the auditorium.
Also,
you made it slightly more difficult, perhaps. than other people would have needed to.
Fair enough.
Some would say that's why you won, though, the extra mile.
Yeah, I mean, but I think, it's probably like any competition, the bar is going to keep getting like higher and higher, right? So next time, I don't know, maybe next time people will bring in like a fighter plane or something.
Just to point out, it's not necessary to bring a fighter plane.
Only if it's part of your business.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So in terms of what you got out of it, I mean, again, I think most everyone assumes, well, we'll get covered on TechCrunch, which for some people is, good in of itself.
Right.
We'll meet some of the people who are the judges. What are some of the non-obvious things that you guys got out of it?
I think it's really good for team building. So it's like anytime you have something where it's like, everyone's charging towards the same goal, I think it's really good for like the cohesiveness of the team. So I think that's one thing that's, hard to measure. I think that you get some great connections, just with investors, with fellow entrepreneurs, and, even like sort of random industry connections. And the PR value, I mean, it's great, right? So you just, I think that's huge, and the street credibility too, right? It's like you get some level of like, okay, you've actually been judged, right? Which some could be bad, but for being in the tech industry, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. I also think you get some users. You get
Right.
a really passionate group of people who love to be beta testers. So whether it's here or there in China or in Europe or wherever people might be, you get that awareness, and for us, it's more of a physical product, so we're really excited that when people come to Disrupt this year, they can actually try Getaround firsthand. But for most web companies, you get people immediately during the presentation just signing up on your site and trying it out.
Right. Yeah, and we saw a lot of that, like particularly in New York. People would say they, launched it on stage, and like by the next day, they already had huge numbers of users who were really like battle testing it. And
Yeah, that's the other part. Like, you got to be prepared for that too, right? Like, the other part of doing this whole demo is like, you may or may not have connectivity. Your servers may or may not be still
You're
running.
scaring people, Sam.
So
We're
you
supposed
just
to
need
be
to prepare.
encouraging people.
No, it's encouragement. Just tell the engineers.
Yeah, just tell your engineers. It is a lot of fun though. It's a competition, but in the end of the day, there's great parties, great events and things going on. It's where everyone wants to be. We were hoping we were going to be passing off the cup in Beijing, so to make a guest appearance or something.
Oh, too bad. Well, maybe if the San Francisco winners don't come, you can come past the cup at Beijing.
Deal.
All right.
Just keep it.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and you will always be the New York winners and in our hearts and minds until next New York.
What? No, what? I was like, yes, no.
No, but honestly, I think one thing that I love so much about Disrupt is I feel like the TechCrunch staff gets so wrapped up in the competition every year. I mean, the competition, as much as we have huge names on stage and all that, and we have some massive Chinese names on stage, but it's like the battlefield is really about where everything is, and it's like you guys know because like Paul Carr and I were having dinner in the hotel, and you came in, and we were like, they didn't tell us to be quiet because we were so excitedly like yelling and debating different points of like your demo and like what was good and like you need to do this. And, like, it's like we get so into it. So hopefully part of the experience too was feeling like you're not just some cash cow that someone's putting on stage that we're not exploiting you and trying to. It's like we really, really want the best company to win as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, it feels like a genuine competition. That's fun.
All right. Well, enjoy the cup for the last few weeks.
Thank you. We will.
Thanks, Sarah.